All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hope everything's going well for you guys. All right, brothers, we're gonna watch this news segment, man. I mean, it's very unfortunate, but it's something that happens throughout our communities. Now, it might not end in this way, but these things do happen. All right, it might not always end in this way, but these things do happen. But let's watch this news segment, man. Let's check this out.
We're going to begin with some disturbing new video in the murders of a man and his son after a fight over noise turned deadly in Brooklyn.
Yeah, police tonight are looking for a neighbor seen on that video firing the deadly shots. Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore is live in East Flatbush with our lead story tonight. Crystal.
Listen, Bill, police have identified the suspect as 47-year-old Jason Pass. As police continue to look for him, this community is on edge tonight, demanding additional resources to fight the violence. Now, we know police were able to identify Pass thanks to surveillance video, too graphic to show in its entirety. 48 hours after surveillance video obtained by Eyewitness News captured the moment a man gunned down a father and son.
We need love. We need love. And not hate.
And not hate. Community leaders came together to denounce the violence outside the East Flatbush apartment complex.
We're here to simply let the residents and the community members of this Flatbush Gardens community know we stand in unison.
The shooting on Sunday night, the result of a years-long dispute over noise between two neighbors.
Based on our investigation, we found that there were 6 previous 311 calls by the people in 3E, noise complaints.
Authorities say Jason Pass, who lives in the Flatbush Gardens complex, shot 47-year-old Vladimir Maturin and 27-year-old Chinwe Mood after going upstairs to confront the family. At one point, you see Maturin appear to hold a pair of scissors to Pass's neck as his wife tries to pull him away. Seconds later, shots rang out as Maturin heads back to his apartment.
I think he was trying to protect his family because his life was being threatened, his family's life was being threatened. But overall, if you look at the video, this man had a gun. He had all intentions to kill.
The suspect's sister, who did not want to be identified, says it was self-defense.
My brother went up there in peace. He's humble. Tried to attack my brother with a scissor.
The men hit us with passion.
Maturin's wife told Eyewitness News yesterday her husband is not a violent man, as the community looks to heal.
We'll be bringing a de-escalation.
I think she was saying that the man who killed her father, killed her husband and son, that he hate them with passion, not hit them with passion, but that he hate them with a passion. And he might have disliked them, but as you say, he called 6 times due to the noise complaint. So the brother Jason Pass, man, he blew. I think he exploded, and that happens to a lot of brothers, man. They explode. Things build up, build up. There's so much you're dealing with. If you brothers don't have a proper outlet, maybe exercise, walking, hitting a heavy bag, some way to these things can catch up to you, and before you know it, you'll find yourself exploding. You be like, damn, where this come from? A lot of stuff you've been holding in, because a lot of brothers take so much. I'm not giving this brother Jason Pass I'm not giving him a pass, no point intended with his name. But I'm just saying I can understand, man. You going back and forth and then you're like, man, what F this? Pull out his gun and let loose. Because he got the gun. It don't look like he's trying to pull it. It look like he's trying to just talk, whatever. But I don't know. Let's go on.
To the management team.
There's a renewed focus on bringing anti-violence and mental health services to the community. As for the suspect,
Turn yourself in.
I'm going to end it right there. Brothers Jason Pass was killed. I believe this brother just gave up after he killed those two, killed the father and son. I think he just gave up. That's what I think. I think he just thought that his life was over with. Because when the cops pull him over, he has a knife and he rushes the cops who has guns drawn on him. You know that's only gonna end one way. So I think he figured, better I get killed than to spend the rest of my days locked up. You understand? But anyway, the point I want to make, may he rest in peace. May all parties rest in peace, brothers. This is unfortunate, but these type of things happen. And we have to be more mindful of each other, man, more respect. I've experienced these things, brothers. I remember this one building I stayed in. I mean, this woman upstairs from me, man, the kids just running all throughout the building. Running upstairs all throughout the, you know, they kids being kids, right? You know, good thing for them is that, you know, I just ignored it, and I could pretty much sleep through a lot of stuff, man, which has its pros and cons. But I'm what you would call a pretty good hard sleeper. So I would just, you know, ignore it and go, but that was disrespectful. You know, running throughout the building. Now, she'll eventually get evicted and kicked out or whatever. Also, I remember I stayed in this one building. Across the walkway from it was another building. And the neighbors, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they would throw a party faithfully. And they would have this music so loud. I'm like, man, I can hear it where I'm at. I'm like, whoa, man. These people didn't have no respect for nobody. They didn't care if they was keeping people up. They didn't give a damn. Now, you know, they would eventually get kicked out of that building too. But this is the type of things you see. Now, and brothers, I also, because when I stayed in buildings, I usually stayed on the top floor. You know, I remember I was doing something and the neighbor hit the wall, you know, hit the ceiling. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. I said, I didn't go down to there to try to confront the neighbor. Once the neighbor did that, he didn't have to do that no more, because I was like, let me be careful. Because I want to be respectful to my neighbors. I'm not trying to, you understand what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful, brothers. And it looked like they got some kids. And being that he's called sick sometimes, man, this has been a problem. I think the brother just exploded. You know, he just had enough. You know what I mean? Of course, he go up there with his gun, which he, in my opinion, he shouldn't have never did that. You know, you don't want to, brothers, you want to keep that gun away. Keep that gun away from you, man, because you can explode, man. You can explode. And I believe that's what happened with this brother here, Jason. Jason Patton, I believe he exploded. You're going back and forth, you're arguing. And when you're going back and forth, all you're doing is just building up. Man, F you now, man, F you, especially if you're not trying to solve the situation. You know, the man come out with scissors. I don't think it was self-defense because the man was walking away. But I think the brother Jason just had enough, man. I think he exploded. He exploded. You know, he's no longer here, but he exploded. So, brothers, but be mindful of your neighbors, brothers. We have to be respectful towards one another. Be mindful of your neighbors, man. All right? But I've been there, man. I know how it is living in those buildings. I've been there, man. Been there, done that. That don't mean so I understand, man, and it could be a headache, brothers. You know, I got a family member. That's how she was with her kids. Actually, still is with her kids. You know, they just run rampant. Like, damn, tell them to stop running, man. You got neighbors over here, man. They don't care. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care. My uncle is going through it. My uncle's going through it too, man. You know, he had to go up to the stairs, talk to the neighbors like, hey, man, stop these kids from running, man. I'm trying to go to sleep. You know? So this type of stuff happens. You know, like I said, probably don't always end in murders and gunfights, but these type of things happen, man. A lot of times, like I said, every time, I've seen it, it's just a lack of respect, man. Like I said, I've seen women let their kids run rampant. You know, that's just a lack of respect for your neighbors. Like, yo, man, you got to be mindful of your neighbors, man. I done seen grown folks have their music all loud. Like, yo, man, these people next door trying to watch TV. They trying to relax, man. Cut that music down, man. Don't cut, You know, brothers, you can't do those type of things, man. It's not funny, but, it's like, bro, you have a lot of people who have a lack of respect, lack of self-awareness. Matter of fact, in New York, I think it was in the Bronx, earlier this year, a guy got killed in front of his baby mother and daughter because their next door neighbor was making a lot of noise. He went there, and they had been going back and forth too. They had been going back and forth throughout, for a long time, or for quite some time. And the guy ended up stabbing him to death stabbed this guy in front of his baby mama and daughter, and newborn child. You see what I'm saying? I think that was in the Bronx earlier this year. You see, so these type of things happen, man, especially when you're living in close quarters. So, brothers, be respectful to your neighbors. Brothers, I'm in a home now. You know what I mean? I got my own home. It's not a flex. And I'm still mindful of my neighbors, man. I don't have my, you know what I mean? I don't be boom, boom. I don't even do that, man, because I'm like, you got to be respectful to your neighbors and things like that, man. We got to respect one another, brother. And it starts by respecting yourself. Respecting yourself. And if you do something wrong, man, hey, man, oh, my bad. It's all love. Like I said, when I stayed on the top floor, those floors can be, I guess, especially wood floors. And I remember my neighbor hit the ceiling, but he didn't have to do it no more. They didn't have to do it no more because I was like, oh, my bad, They didn't have to do it no more because I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to disrespect them, and I understand, man. I don't know what they're trying to do. They might be trying to go to sleep, all right? So that's it right there, brothers. May they all rest in peace, man. It's unfortunate, man. But, brothers, respect your neighbors. Respect yourself first, and be mindful of that, man. Be mindful of that. And if this is going on, be careful. I don't know if you should approach that situation, brothers. It might be in your best interest to try to just get out of there, which I know you just can't up and just do that right away. But I understand, brother. So be careful. I don't think every situation will end in murder, but be careful. All right, brothers, I'm out. Peace.